Welcome to another MECH 1000 video. In this video we're going to look at how to erase and select objects. So we've learned how to draw lines. So let me draw some lines. Just draw some random lines here. And we've learned how to draw circles. So I'll draw some random circles. And we've learned how to draw rectangles. So I'll draw some rectangles. Now, if at any point we decide that we've drawn something that we don't want to, we can erase it in AutoCAD using the erase command. The erase command is on the modified toolbar in the top right. The icon for it looks like the tip of a pencil eraser, and it allows you to start the command and then click on various items. See how it's kind of graying it out? And then once we hit enter to actually execute the command, then it erases those things. Now, the benefit to using the erase command as opposed to just hitting delete on your keyboard is that you can then go about doing some other things. I can draw some lines. I can draw some other circles. I can draw a few more rectangles. And then realize, oh, you know what? All of those things that I erased, I would like them to come back. I didn't mean to erase them. There's a special command within AutoCAD that will allow you to bring back the thing that you most recently erased. And that command is oops, O-O-P-S. If you just type out the word oops and hit enter, it brings back all of those things that you just erased. Okay, so there is also the undo command. We can undo things. We could undo, but then we have to undo everything that we've done since the erase. And maybe we don't want to do that. Maybe we want to keep all of those other circles and rectangles and things that I drew after I erased these. I just want to undo the erase command. And that's what the oops will allow you to do. Now there's also a redo command up here, which I'm going to click, which will bring back all of those things. And the undo and redo each have a little pull down, and you can see all of the different commands that have been executed, and it will allow you to go back to a certain point in time. But erase is unique in that I can erase something. I can go about doing some other things, draw some lines, and then even if I've done 100 commands since that erase, if I want to bring back the erased object, I just type in oops and hit enter, and it comes back. Now, as far as selecting objects go, actually, let me first back up and talk about the order in which you can use virtually any command in AutoCAD. It's referred to in the textbook as noun-verb versus verb-noun editing. So I demonstrated the erase command by first clicking the command erase, which is the verb, and then I clicked on the things that I want to erase, the nouns. So I'm doing verb-noun editing right now by first choosing what it is I want to do, and then choosing the things that I want to do it to, and then hit enter. Let me undo that. The other way you can do it is you can highlight the objects first. You can select all of the nouns, all the objects that you wish to edit. And then once they're highlighted, then you can choose the command, the verb. It's technically a little bit more efficient to do it that way, because if you'll notice, I highlight the objects I want, and then just with one single click, they're gone. Versus the other way around, if I hit erase, I've got to select all the things I want to erase. And then I have to either hit enter or right click on the mouse. That's an extra click, that's an extra step, it's an extra keystroke. So it may not seem like a big deal, but when you are a drafter and you're doing this type of stuff 8 hours a day, every little efficiency is a big deal. It helps you be more efficient in the overall picture. Now, when I was erasing these objects, I was clicking on them individually. Click, 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 click. That's a really inefficient way of highlighting multiple objects at once. Let's talk about how we can select items within AutoCAD. So I prefer to use discrete clicks, an individual click, and then I drag my cursor where I want it to go, and it creates this rectangular selection window. And when I'm going from left to right, you can see that that selection window is blue. Anything that is entirely within that rectangle will be highlighted. Let me do it again. I'll click and drag. This time I'll leave a couple of those circles and that one line. Parts of them are sticking outside the box. I'll click, and those things, those objects, these two circles and this line are not highlighted. That's because they were not entirely within my selection window. So when you make a selection window from left to right, you have to make sure that anything you want to be selected is entirely within the selection window. If even a little bit of it is sticking outside the window, it does not get selected. Now let's contrast that with doing it from the other direction, from right to left. From right to left, you'll notice right away one difference is that the selection window now is green instead of blue. And when I do it this way, even though those couple rectangles and lines are sticking outside of the box, they still got highlighted. So with a right to left selection window, if even a little bit of the object is within the selection window, it will get selected. You don't have to have the entire thing within your selection window. So again, my preference is for the discrete clicks that give you these nice rectangular selection windows. But if you click and hold down on the mouse button, you can do a freehand sketch of what you want to select. And when you let go of the button, those objects get selected. This is called the lasso. And you can also do it in a counterclockwise direction. Again, even though, let's focus on this circle. This circle was not fully within my selection window. Part of it was, and therefore it got selected. If I do it the other way around, and that circle, part of it is sticking out of my selection window, it does not get selected. So you can do the freehand lasso technique. I seem to notice that a lot of students like using that. I think I'm just more old school. I like the discrete clicks, the rectangular windows, and also I tend to do the right to left a little bit more. That way I can just grab a tiny little bit of it and it's highlighted. I don't have to worry about surrounding the entire thing. I can just do like a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Let's get those two. So with some quick discrete clicks, you can highlight a bunch of stuff pretty quickly. Okay, so just to finish this video up, if I want to erase everything here, I can just click. Oh, I missed one little line there. I'll grab that as well. Click on that. Everything's highlighted, and I can erase. And that does it for selection windows and erasing.